Okay, we'll get started. Bianca, how are you feeling about being back in Toronto?
Feels great. I grew up here, and it's been 3 years since this tournament has been here for the ladies, so I'm very excited to play.
Okay, we'll open to questions. Yes.
Hi, Bianca. John Hill from the Canadian Press, as you just mentioned it, in 2019 was that this tournament was very big for you. I think it's fair to say.
Yes, definitely. It's kind of where everything started for me.
How does it feel to be back in this building, in this stadium, and in front of your hometown fans?
Yeah, today was the first day that I got to kind of experience everything again, and it's been amazing. A bunch of emotions running through my body, only good emotions, and being able to interact with some of the fans after my practice was really nice. I saw a bunch of familiar faces, so yeah, I'm very happy.
Do you think playing in Toronto again, there can be some momentum you can recapture from 2019?
Oh, for sure. I think, I practiced today and I already felt much better than all these other days that I've been practicing. So I think it's the court, I think it's the environment, it's just, having so many great memories here.
Hey Bianca, Brendan McCarthy with the Slice. You're on the tour, or you're on the road so much on the tour. Just curious, when you do touch down back in Toronto, what are a couple things you like to knock off when you do get here?
Oh, good question. I love going to North of Brooklyn Pizza. I've been going there even before Barstool Sports kind of went and did his whole review and all that. So I was like, okay, I know my pizza. And I love to just see my friends. I love going to the movies. I love going downtown by Lakeshore at Hotel X, to go on the rooftop and just chill. Sometimes I'll go to a cottage to, get a good, relaxing vibe. What else? I do a lot of Pilates. I go to do some Pilates with a lady that I've been seeing for a while. Yoga, meditation, all that stuff. I have everything except when I'm here, so it's nice.
Yes. I've been in Stockholm with Sportsnet. My first question is, you have a big Canadian fan base as well, but I feel like you have a Romanian fan base as well. Does it feel like there's two of them at times?
You mean family?
Fan base.
Oh, fan base, okay. I definitely, in 2019, I saw a bunch of Romanian flags as well. We kind of have this joke where we don't necessarily, it's like there's Romanians everywhere but in Romania. Everywhere I go, even at US Open, Cincinnati, all over Europe, there's Romanians everywhere. So it's so nice to see that support coming from my Romanian background, but I also do see a lot of Canadians too, so it's really nice.
Yeah, for sure. And in terms of you've been talking to a lot of young players like Layla and Ida. These are players that have success at such a young age, like you yourself as well. What's kind of the biggest lesson you've learned, just dealing with everything that comes with that success?
I don't know how I can put that in a very short paragraph because I learned a lot. Basically how to just deal with everything that comes with it, because when I was a kid I dreamt of winning a Grand Slam and being number one in the world and whatnot, but I never thought of everything that came along with it. And so when it actually happened, I was like, oh my God, I don't necessarily want this, but I know it's part of the job, and I absolutely love connecting with fans and all that, but it's just trying to find a way to deal with it in a healthy, positive way. I try to stay away from social media as much as I can, not looking at bad comments and stuff like that, because once you're in the spotlight, everyone's gonna either have something good to say or something bad to say or whatever. So just a little bit of what I've learned is that.
Yes, in the back.
Hi, it's Jan Sauvé with CBC in Montreal. I just heard you recently say that you have a new perspective on your sport. In which way?
Yeah, I guess I can put it in a way where I don't want to take tennis too seriously. Like at the end of the day, it's just a game. I don't want to identify myself too much with the sport, especially result-wise, like winning and losing. I learned to love myself even when I'm losing because I feel like I was identifying the losses too much to like my own self-worth, if that makes sense. And it's not good. It's not healthy. And I mean, some people have told me that, but sometimes you just gotta experience it for yourself. And I went through definitely a rough period, but having that time off just changed everything for me. Like I'm so happy waking up every day, practicing, enjoying the process. For me is super, super important, and I really am.
Yeah, hi, Bianca Andreescu, Journal de Montréal. Last week you got hurt. How's your back now?
Yeah, I saw my doctor, and he said just take it day by day. But I'm feeling really good, so I'll be good for Tuesday.
And maybe just just another question. The Williams sisters are here this week. You played Serena here 3 years ago. Did you grow up watching them? Did they inspire you in your career? And if so, how?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've watched them play against each other as well, which is like so crazy to me. And having that opportunity to play her and then, I mean, win as well, it was just incredible. It was like a dream come true. I say this story a lot, but for the final here in 2019, before the match, I was talking to my coach, and I just like started bawling like my eyes out, and I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. And I was still like wiping down my tears while I was walking on the court, and I was still at one point tearing up, like even during the warm up of the match, because I couldn't believe it. And yeah, I mean, seeing them still playing at this age is just, it's so inspiring, and having them here in Toronto is amazing for me, for the players, and also for the fans.
Yeah, I'm Gab, Toronto Observer. Couple of questions. Recently, after one of your wins, medical injury, you got very emotional talking like about your team and the post-match presser on court. So I was wondering, can you just talk to us how important is your team for you this past year, especially with all the injuries, the time off?
Yeah. Gonna make me cry again. Well, for me, the main thing in the short time that I've been on tour, I've really realized how important having amazing supportive people around you is. And yeah, I mean, when I took that break, my team could have easily said like, okay, I'm gonna find something else to do, you know, but they stayed by my side. I had no idea if I was coming back or, you know, when I was coming back. They just, you know, wanted me to be happy, and even coming back, like the first, I guess it was 7 weeks of preseason were so difficult, but they just kept pushing me. They kept, you know, supporting me through it all, because there was, you know, some downfalls still. And yeah, just that experience, like having it with them, I just created our bond so much more, and like I couldn't ask for anything better.
And a less serious question, per se. You recently wrote a children's book. Is there another book coming out? And same genre?
Yeah, I've gotten that asked a couple times. Yeah, I've been thinking about making like maybe a little series of the BB's Got Game. Eventually, like I want to write my own book, and because I love writing, I write my journal every single day. So yeah, for sure. At one point.
Should go into shot from the score. Bianca, like a lot of the younger players on the tour, like Iga and Layla, they've talked about being inspired by, you know, the results and what they're seeing on the court. But off the court wise, like you've been open about speaking about mental health, and just curious if seeing someone like Naomi and Coco be open about that, did that kind of inspire your decision to take on a role as an ambassador for the Mental Timeout Project?
Well, I've always had dreams or goals or aspirations to be an inspiration for others and to help others in any way that I can, or better to say help them help themselves, because I mean I can give advice, whatever, but if they don't want to help themselves, you know, you can't really do anything about that. But I've just always been like that, even before hearing from Naomi and Coco, space of women athletes like come together and talk about something that's so important and so looked down upon is incredible. So hopefully we can continue to make some changes with that. Just, you know, just us speaking about it.
Yes.
Hey, Bianca. You know, you're kind of a feeler. Like you seem to take on like the emotion. The emotions are pretty like close to the skin, I guess. And I'm just kind of curious in your career, how, and especially given where you are now in the mindset and the way that you see the sport, how have you navigated being built that way while playing a professional sport where it's like sometimes that's not a good thing, sometimes it is, it's a fine line. What's kind of the key for you there?
Yeah, very good question. You always come up with these good questions that I've never answered before. I have been raised to just be who I am, be myself, and that is wearing my emotions on my sleeve. I think that's what they say. And at first, it was terrible. Like, I remember crying in the car when I'm like 10, 11, 12 after I'm losing, and it's just like this whole thing. Like, I'm literally having a mental breakdown. For what? You know, I'm thinking going back now, like, for what? You know, and even now, like, maybe I'll cry sometimes, but like I said to you, I don't take things too seriously. Like, I want to obviously do my best and do well in the sport and give everything that I have, but I also want to be myself and not feel ashamed, even on court, to, you know, just let something out. And yeah, I've kind of known for that, I guess. But it's definitely not easy. But like I said, my big thing is just being who I am, and if people don't like it, they don't like it. If they do, then that's great. Because, I mean, it's got me to this point, so.
Any other questions? All right, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Bianca.
No problem.